You know, I just came out of a screening of Michael Moore's movie, Capitalism, A Love Story. And it's a powerful movie. It's made by one of Hollywood's most liberal filmmakers. And it is a scathing indictment about the culture of corruption in Washington. And specifically, I'm sad to say, it is in very many ways an indictment of Senator Dodd's behavior. It's extraordinarily troubling to see Connecticut's senior senator as the focal point at the movie. At the most climactic moments, unfortunately, that is who is on the screen. When the banking system is collapsing, when the action that should have been taken wasn't, and when the people of Connecticut and the people of this nation were to be protected, they were not protected. And again, it is not the way that Connecticut wants to be known or should be known, but unfortunately this movie will continue to spread the word that that is the behavior that's been engaged in, and it's not helpful behavior for Connecticut.
Do you think he doesn't understand the anger out there? Do you think he maybe is totally missing the point?
I think there's a disconnect. I think there's absolutely a disconnect. I think as I travel the state each day and speak to Democratic town committees and go to county fairs and do town hall meetings, there's a terrible disconnect between the suffering of the average citizen of this state and their fears and between Senator Dodd. And that disconnect is really highlighted in this movie.
When you're walking around talking to people, and we often hear the phrase "time heals all wounds," do you find that people have forgotten what did make headlines with Senator Dodd several months ago, and now as we're entering this campaign season, people have forgotten that, and suddenly the name that he carries just gives him an advantage in that case?
It's a great question. I think at the end of the day, people don't forget. What they say to me throughout the day, and these are primarily Democrats I'm speaking with, but independents and Republicans as well, will say to me throughout the day, this is someone who's disconnected from their lives. This is someone who had one responsibility during the banking crisis, that was to watch over the system and protect us, and he failed. And this is somebody who hasn't told the truth about his actions. And so in sum total, I don't think folks will forget. I would also hasten to add that as a Democrat, what concerns me is that in a general election, the Republicans, of course, are going to run millions of dollars of TV ads reminding everybody, so it certainly won't be forgotten.
Very good.
I guess I'd add one more thing. There are going to be people who say that this is a 2-hour movie and Senator Dodd is only featured in 3 or 4 minutes of it at the sort of climax of the movie. And to them I would say this. In the movie The Titanic, which is about 3 hours long, the iceberg is only featured for about 10 seconds, and it has an amazing impact on the outcome of that story. I think this is a similar situation.
Not seeing the movie myself, but I've heard the accusation that Moore is making. Is it a fair considering that Dodd, while investigated, was never found guilty of doing anything wrong?
Yeah, I think that what the movie focuses on is the role that money plays in politics, the role that these big corporations, particularly the financial services community, play, and as we all know, Senator Dodd has taken about $15 million over time from the very people he's supposed to be regulating and protecting us from. And on his watch, as chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, he allowed the entire banking system of this nation to crumble. And we all are suffering and will be suffering for a long, long time because of it. I think Michael Moore, again, one of the most liberal filmmakers in Hollywood, has really done a great job of highlighting that.
Very good. Thank you, Mayor.
All.
Nice to talk to you,
Thank you,
sir.
guys.
All right,
great
good luck.
seeing you guys whenever you need.